Hi guys, so I'm going to read Tales to Astonish number 37. So featuring Ant-Man, defying the unknown protector. I'm flying into a trap. The protector was waiting for me. And there's two other stories here, but I'm not going to read them. They're not important. The astonishing Ant-Man, trapped by the protector. Each day 1,000 tales are etched in the city. Ours begins as a jeweler named Gerald Marsh staggers to his feet. Outside, we hear the screaming wail of an approaching police car. Wee 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 rrr. But the police siren is heard by other than human ears. It is detected by the tiny antenna of countless crawling ants, dispersed throughout the city, forming a vast network of communications. The ants' electronic impulses are relayed to the nerve center of this fantastic network, the laboratory of Henry Pym. There's trouble at 523 Elm Street. I better see what's up, but not as Professor Henry Pym. I'll just release my reducing gas and allow the vapor to engulf me, to make me smaller, and smaller, and smaller, until at last I can go to the trouble spot as the Ant-Man. Editor's note: for detailed diagram of Ant-Man's specially built exit apparatus, see Tales to Astonish number 36. I'll set the controls of my catapult for the general area of 523 Elm Street. A moment later, the Ant-Man triggers the catapult, shooting himself into the air. I'm on my way. As the tiny warrior flies over the city, he uses electronic impulses to contact the ants below. The insects receive the impulses and follow their direction, unmindful of all obstacles in their path, until at last the ants converge at 523 Elm Street. They've obeyed my commands to the letter. Now I have an anthill to land safely on. The police are just leaving, so I can question the victim without being disturbed. Seconds later, the tiny warrior makes his appearance known. Ant-Man, what brings you? The police have been here, and where the police go, I go. Tell me what happened here. It was the Protector. He beat me up. Protector? Who's he? The Protector is an inhumanly powerful criminal who has been terrorizing all the jewelers in town. He makes them pay for protection. They're all too scared to refuse, or even call the police. Today, he came into my store. He wanted money, but business has been bad.
So you can't make your weekly payment, eh, Marsh?
Honest, I don't have the money. You must believe me. Then, with one hand, he yanked me over the counter, as easily as you would a toy.
Let me show you what happens to those who don't buy my protection.
No!
You see this gun? It fires an electronic disintegrating ray.
You've disintegrated my jewelry. You've turned it into dust.
Naturally, because you weren't protected this week. Now next time I come collecting, you'd better pay up, or something even worse will happen.
And then, to make sure I'd obey him, he knocked me unconscious before leaving. When I recovered, I called the police, but like the other store owners, I was too scared to sign a complaint. Thanks, Mr. Marsh. You've given me enough to go on. Perhaps I can have better luck than the police in catching the predator, or protector. If there's any way I can help you, just let me know. I'll do anything to help catch that fiend. Anything. As the large man leaves the shop, a large figure follows him. When he reaches the curb, the insect-sized warrior takes out a lasso of thread and skillfully tosses it. That car's headed in my direction. This beats walking any day. He got away, but next time it'll be different. Later, back in his laboratory, the police can't keep an eye on every jewelry store in town, but with the aid of my ants, I can. By means of an electronic wave instructions, Henry Pym stations ants in front of all the jewelry stores in the city. He then controls them so they'll respond to such verbal stimuli as the words protector and disintegrator ray. For 2 days nothing happens, but on the third day, I'm getting a signal. It's coming from Harley Avenue. The Astonishing Ant-Man, Part 2, Face to Face with the Protector. The Protector is at 600 Harley Avenue, extorting money from a jeweler. I just hope he stays put long enough for me to catapult there. Uh-oh, the street's crowded. My path to the anthill is blocked. I'll crash into someone unless... Wait, that baby carriage. If I can just maneuver towards it. Made it. But I'm too high up from the ground. I'll have to take it in 2 jumps. First, into a nice soft trouser cuff. Then from here, it's a cinch to land safely on the cement. Gathering together a swarm of ants, the tiny warrior rushes into the jewelry store.
200, 250. This will buy you protection till next week.
By means of electronic wave impulses, the Ant-Man commands his troops to climb up the counter, and while they carry out his plan... So you're the Protector, eh? Well, your racket is finished.
Huh? Who said that?
I did.
The Ant-Man. Ha, you impudent insect. I'll silence you forever.
But as the menacing Protector comes towards the Ant-Man, that's it, little friends. Drop the necklace to the floor. The necklace hits the floor, the string breaks, and the pearls scatter.
What? Happy landing.
Now, let's finish our fight outside, where there's more room, where I can find many more ants to help me. But the Protector is not without cunning himself. As he steps from the store, he sees a boy with a water pistol.
Just what I need.
Help!
Ha! I got him.
I didn't count on this. The water will carry me off the curb, into the sewer. That lollipop stick. It's my only chance. Frantically, the Ant-Man sends an electronic command to a group of nearby ants in the gutter. Hurry! Carry it to the sewer! Lay it on the grating! Whew, that was close. And a moment later, with the aid of still more electronic commands, I'm safe. But I've let the Protector escape. Nothing left to do now but return to the lab. There's only one way to defeat the Protector, and that's to bait him, using Henry Pym as the bait. Editor's note: for a complete diagram of the Ant-Man's elevator tunnel exit, see the last issue. So, a week later, the amazing scientist rents a jewelry store. Sooner or later, he's bound to come around selling protection, and when he does, I'll be ready for him. The days pass slowly, futilely, until one afternoon, ding-ling, somebody just came in. It's him. May I help you?
No, pal, but I can help you.
And at that moment, Henry Pym presses a hidden button. We shall learn why later.
I'm called the Protector. This is because I prevent... Wait! Accidents like this from happening. I can even protect you against worse things, like having your precious merchandise reduced to dust. Now the point is, if you don't want these awful things to happen, you'd better pay me $300 a week. Understand?
Yes.
Good. And just one more thing. If you tell the cops about this, I won't use my disintegrator on your gems. I'll use it on you. I'll see you next week. Have my money ready.
As soon as the Protector leaves, Henry Pym rushes to the back of the shop and changes his costume. Then he releases his fantastic reducing gas. Okay, Protector, you made your move. Now I'll make mine. As the Ant-Man runs to the door, he passes something on the floor, too tiny to be noted by a normal-sized human, but large enough for his eyes to see. Drops of machine oil, right where the Protector was standing. Now it all fits together. Good thing I was prepared for the Protector. When he entered the shop, I pressed a button which sent electronic impulses to all the ants in the area. Then, following prearranged instructions, a few ants climbed onto his boot while he left the store. And while the Protector drove away, they emitted signals through their antennae, which were picked up by other ants in the street. Now all I have to do is follow the Protector's electronic trail with my cybernetic helmet. The ants are giving off strong impulses. The Protector must have driven this way. Uh-oh, the waves are getting weaker. Now they're strong again. He must have turned down the street. Finally, an hour later, this vacant old tenement. That's where he's hiding. Now to send out another electronic message. As soon as he sent the message, the tiny warrior gathers together a few ants and enters the old building. It's so dark in here, I can hardly see. Wait, I stepped on something. What's that noise? It's coming from above me. I'm being drawn up into the air. I'm caught inside a vacuum cleaner.
Greetings, Ant-Man. I knew that sooner or later you would find my hideout, so I prepared this trap for you. Clever, don't you think? Ha ha ha! All I have to do is seal up the opening with glue to prevent you from escaping. There! Now you can't get out, and air can't get in. In a little while, you'll suffocate. Your days of meddling are ended forever.
That's what he thinks. I may be no bigger than an ant, but I still have all the strength of my normal size. And that's more than enough to punch through a paper bag. We're free. That fan on the table gives me an idea. Once again, electronic impulses pass between human and ant. That's right. Take me higher, higher. And moments later, when the Protector returns,
there is a hole in the bag.
But how? How could someone as tiny as an ant have done it?
He must be still around here somewhere. I'll find him. He won't escape from me.
He's removed his goggles to look for me. Perfect. Now to turn on the fan. It worked. The fan has blown all the dust from the bag into his face.
My eyes! I can't see! Achoo!
And a moment later, don't move. We have you covered.
The police. But how did you... Achoo!
We got your message, Ant-Man. When you sent the electronic message to the ants you keep alerted at our police station, they reacted perfectly. Now, thanks to you, we've captured him. And if you remove his outer clothing, you'll be in for quite a surprise.
Well, I'll be. It's Marsh, the jeweler.
Right. He wore platform shoes and a mechanically controlled rods and springs to perform his feats of strength. I first suspected him when he claimed the Protector had beaten him up, even though his business was poor. I guessed the Protector would be too smart to try to shake down someone who hadn't the money to pay. It was just a lie to divert the suspicion from Marsh. And later, when I found machine oil where the Protector had been standing, I guessed the secret of his great strength.
But what about that disintegrating gun of his?
Even that wasn't really what it seemed. You remember how it caused a puff of dense smoke? Well, under the cover of that smoke, he stole the gems himself and dropped some grains of sand in their place. You'll have no trouble finding the disintegrated gems in Marsh's safe. And now it's time for me to leave. And moments later, his mission accomplished, the astonishing Ant-Man till our next sensational issue. And don't miss all the amazing superheroes which everyone is talking about. Thor appearing in Journey into Mystery, Human Torch appearing in Strange Tales, and of course Fantastic Four and Incredible Hulk. So yeah, I skipped over a bunch of issues of Thor, Ant-Man, and Human Torch, but because I didn't think they were like very consequential to read, but I changed my mind on it. I'm gonna read the ones that I skipped. So with Ant-Man, I think it's like 10 issues I skipped, and Human Torch, it's like 4 issues, and Thor, it's only 1 issue. I skipped because I went back. I only have 1, but yeah, for a while I'm gonna have to be reading Human Torch and Ant-Man because I skipped a bunch of them. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.